I'm very happy to be here, and it was very surprising for me to be a part of this jury, the international jury. It took me by surprise, and it's a great honor for me. And I felt, and I believe you two, very obligated to do the best job as we can. And it was not easy because there was a lot of good films, and it's an amazing festival. It's an A-list category festival, and the city is amazing.
Yeah, everything, and I completely agree. It has been an honor to watch the films and have to decide which is the best. Since we were dealing with extremely talented and experimented directors from all over, and that was another great thing about the selection. That I think it was very different and very stylistically and story-wise and country-wise. So we had a lot to talk about.
A lot.
Yeah.
And for me, I felt that we were pretty agree about the Grand Prix of Ida. We didn't have any argue about it, isn't it? It's just a very good film. I was very afraid to say that I love it because I'm Jewish. So I was afraid that everybody would say, because you're Jewish, you like this film that's dealing with the Holocaust. But I think everybody felt the same. It's a perfect movie. It's great directing, great story, marvelous actors, really marvelous performance, and the style.
Basically, I think it's a story that touches you very deeply by being very complete in the way it's done. And it's very powerful, emotional, and honest, most of all, story. And me personally, but I think all of us actually, this is what we appreciated in the films that we watched.
Yeah. Also, there was something new in the making, I think, the photography. So it's as well dealing with historical facts or very, let's say, heavy subject that still very matters in Europe, but still there is something fresh in the making. So it's not like this, another film by the same genre of the Second World War, but there is something very fresh in the making, don't you think?
Absolutely.
So I think it's really, really good film.
We also appreciated Tangerine very much for the sort of similar reason, the honesty and the power to tell a very simple story in which we considered that the direction was fitting the story perfectly, and it made it very united with the story and the acting and the subject of the film, and it was also a very emotional story.
Yeah, but this director for me is a hero because he comes from this conflict country, and he don't care to laugh of both sides. He doesn't take a side. He's laughing at everyone as well as himself. And when you see this kind of film, and it's so convincing, and he actually convinced you that war are stupid, and that's worth a surprise for sure.
It's also, I think, important that the audience was very much into the film while watching it. We watched it in the cinema with the audience, and the way he managed to involve the viewers in the story emotionally, I think it's a great thing for a director to do. So this is why we liked Tangerines. And our other special jury mention went to the producer of the film, The Gambler. And maybe...
in The Gambler, we were very happy to see a film from a country that doesn't make film before. So we were very happy that there is another country that now start to make feature film and dealing with this kind of art form that it's very expensive and difficult to make. And for a first film that come from a budget of a government to deal with such a controversial subject in their own society and to deal with their problems in their own societies as first film, we find it very with a lot of courage. So we cannot ignore it. And we were happily given the prize for the courage of the producer and the founds in the country to deal with such a delicate subject of another ex-communist ruined country. They're trying to find their way to be normal.